I'm pretty freaked out. That thing had been there for almost a week. The figure in the window. And it looked so featureless. Only skin on a human frame. And it's pressing itself against the glass somehow. I don't know how it got there. And I don't know how to get rid of it. At first I thought it was a prank. A doll or a mannequin or that some sort of jerks put there to scare me. But I realized when I walked out of my house to pull it away, it wasn't there. I shrugged it off, thinking that someone might have hit it while I was walking through my door. But when I went back in and looked at the same window I was looking in, staring at me, I walked around my house, yelling whoever it was to come out. But no one was there. The thing is hairless and naked, and it didn't look exactly had eyes or even a face, but its head turned towards me I entered the room. I sat on my computer. I could feel its faces, hatred, and boring against my neck. When I turned around, it innocently then turned into another direction. Finally on Thursday, I tried to open the window, but it stuck. I think the thing's hands are just keeping it down. But I did get a look at its face, and its eyes and mouth are behind the skin, pushing onwards. It stared at me, smiling. I pulled back and smashed it into the glass, determined to get once and for all to get rid of that glaring monster. I know I'm strong enough that the glass would have just cracked, but it didn't. It shuddered under my hand and it didn't break. And that smile, it just got wider and wider until I thought that its head would break in half. It raised its own hand and bashed the window with its palm. It mocked me, and the faintest crack began to appear when I had hit it. I backed away. No, I did not want that smile in the same room as me. But I got myself a roll of duct tape and started covering the window. I couldn't look directly at it though. I nearly crapped my pants just knowing what was watching me, but I couldn't help it. I took a quick glance at the skin-covered face, small peek. It was angry. That menacing grin was now a gaping frown full of teeth. The skin had been ripped away from its mouth, and I could see its carnivorous throat. Menacing rumble. It started to fill the house, and that hairline crack began to spread like a splintering ice. I pulled down the duct tape, and the rumble popped, and the skin just healed over, and then began to smile again. Now it's night, and the noise had started again. There are no sounds, no rumble, no cracking glass. Everything's quiet now. But I could feel its claws gripping at the back of my chair. I could hear its skin stretching as it smiles. It's watching me type. And that, my little pretties, was The Thing in the Window. I guess you could say a creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story? Well, it's about time that I actually sat there and got to this story. I'd never heard of this story until Sir Horror narrated this, and I believe some other people did as well. And this story, I think this was written, I guess, in 2012 or 2013 or something. I'm not really sure. But I definitely have to say that I'm honestly very shooken by, this pasta, having something like this at your window. I've seen a lot of the weird and crazy things at my window, but this, I would have to say, this is one of the most insane things that could ever happen. Like, I've seen some weird things behind a window and I couldn't figure out what it was until I have a look. So I actually have seen, some of these, and to be honest, I could actually visualize this being a freaky. But to be honest, I actually had a fury of, what is behind the window. It is mostly maybe some sort of paranormal activity going on, so maybe that's what made the person think it's, something real. I'm not really sure, but I'm assuming maybe that could be it. I really don't know, but you guys can, figure that one out for me if you like. Now, I did hear a few narrations of this story, like The Thing at the Window. I've actually have seen a few narrations of this pasta, and I really have to say, this was definitely a very freaky story. I'm not gonna lie. It was actually very freaky. It's a really, really, really freaky story. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've seen some few people sat there and narrated this pasta, and this was definitely something. I was definitely, was like freaking out when I read this story. This story was honestly pretty good. I really do think that the story actually provided pretty good detail. Like, even though it's a short story, but it's still pretty well done and made. Like, the grammar and the sentence structuring worked pretty well. I really do like the sentence structuring in this story along with the grammar. The grammar of this is actually beautiful and well done. I do like how this story went out. It's just amazing, really well done. I honestly really liked how this pasta went out. It's just flat out amazing. So, to be completely and utterly honest, I'm gonna sit there and say this right now, that this story actually provided a pretty good detail for what this one is. I really do find this story to be rather good. Now, I could definitely say I do actually have a theory as to who or what was behind the window. Like, it didn't really explain who or what. Some people thought maybe it's just like a creature or something, which I think maybe that could be it. Or maybe it could be something else. And I do actually have a theory as to what happened. My theory on this is basically there's most likely probably some paranormal stuff going on. So it could be, some sort of, I don't know, spirit haunting the house or something, which I could definitely see that being the case, which is most likely a haunted spirit or something who is, coming close to the window and watching the person. So that's most likely maybe be the most believable theory I could find. Although that is quite possible. Like, if you guys agree with my theory, just let me know. But if you do have other theories as to why this could be the case of something looking through the window, feel free to let me know in the comments below, because I would love to see and hear your thoughts and opinions on it, because, that's the best theory I could come up with. But, that's just what it is. But I definitely have to say I really do find this story to be rather enjoyable. So, I guess with that being the case and with that being said, yeah, I'm going to sit there and just kind of wrap up the review because, there's nothing really much I have to say. This is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that is fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas, and this is just simply my own personal thoughts. So my final rating of this story would have to be a 10 out of 10. A pretty good pasta, was really good, well made, it was freaky. This was really good with the good grammar and the sentence structuring, the storyline. I love how this story went out, and I do love the believability of this story. Like, this is actually really well made in detail. I really do found this story to be rather enjoyable, well made in detail. I honestly really like how the author put his or her time and effort into the story. Oh, and before I wrap up the video, I'm going to sit there and say I can't find the author's name, so it's just going to stay anonymous for now. If I ever find out who the original author is, or if the original author were to find this video and comment, letting them know it's his or hers, I will be sure to give him or her proper credit for this story. So to the author, great job with the story, and I would really like to know if you wrote any stories that are just as good as this one. Now anyways, with that being the case, that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so that you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.